Hey Yetis, it's Mr. Smith. We haven't done a video update in a little bit. So here we go. Couple important things coming up that I want to tell you about. Let's get started. First and foremost, kind of a one pager here. Let's see if I can get rid of all this stuff. All right, kind of a one pager here with some upcoming important dates. I'll post a link to this slideshow down below so that you can have this, right? But things coming up, obviously, end of quarter one grades going to be due on Friday. We've got some school picture makeups, some Halloween celebrations, fall break, community dinner, online silent auction, our biggest fundraiser of the year. We've got PSAT for juniors who opted into that, some more college field trips and local scholarships coming up. So you can use this as kind of an overall template, put it on the fridge or wherever you keep your stuff. And yeah, so upcoming important dates. All right, so there we go. Okay. It has been an amazing first quarter. What an awesome, awesome group of Yetis. Man, they embrace the Yeti way. They know what we do, how we do it, how we make a difference. And it's been a great year so far. So, things that we're going to talk about here. Oh, I just wanted to kind of review really quickly. I talked about it at some of our PTSO meetings and school accountability meetings, but these are our goals for the year. And I will not just read to you a slide, but really it's focused around how do we take each individual student and create a plan of support so that each one gets exactly what they need. And we want to see all students reach proficiency, and we want to see all of our students make more than a year's growth in 1 year's time, right? We focus on learning and growth. That's what we do here at Snowy Peaks. And then obviously we're a school for transformational education and helping students be their best selves. So we want to have students feel that great sense of belonging in our school where they feel comfortable working on themselves. And then two real kind of targets that we have is to reduce our tardies. And we have been doing awesome. Thank you so much with your support and getting kids to school on time and encouraging them to be in class, working hard. And then we just want to see an overall sense of great positive behaviors. So those are some of our goals here for this year. Okay. As I talked about, this Friday is the end of the first quarter, which means grades are due on Friday for teachers. They get a few days to grade all those assignments, and then we'll be sending you through email report cards on Wednesday. So that means this Friday is our last win period of the term. So this is the last opportunity for students to come in and pull up their grades before those report cards come out. So you should have gotten a green, yellow, or red report last night. Students are working hard to get themselves into the green before Friday, which is a great motivator for them. But, it's going to be really important, and it is mandatory that any student who hasn't finished all of their classes with a 2.5 or better is here on Friday afternoon, working in a small group with a teacher and getting support to get those grades up. And then just as a reminder, right, like we teach our students that it is so important that they communicate and that they develop this skill of advocacy. And so that any student at any time can use those four magic words, can I problem solve? And the end of the quarter is a great time to use those words. That if I'm a little bit behind in math class, I can go to whoever and say, hey, Miss K, hey, Joe Poe, can I problem solve? I could really use a little extra time to finish up my math work. And teachers will say yes, because they're using their skills. And what we'll say in return is, okay, great. How long do you need? And then we'll set a new deadline, and that's the new date that they work towards. But if they don't use their skills and they don't problem solve, right? Our expectation is that grades are due on Friday unless they communicate. So help your child advocate for themselves. Four magic words. Can I problem solve? And there you go. All right. So green activities. This Friday, we will be packing lunches together as a group for all the students who are in the green and who hang out for our field trip on Monday, which we'll talk more about in a minute. We are so excited. And then this activity actually got canceled due to there being chemicals on the golf course. So ignore that whole thing. And then down here, I already mentioned it. We'll be emailing you a report card next Wednesday, October 25th. Okay. So let's talk about Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. Some of our Yetis sitting on the troll there from last year. So please make sure that you have filled out the planning form. We need to know who's riding our bus. We need to know who needs a lunch and things like that. So if you haven't filled that out, please fill it out ASAP. It is $25. That is what we ask students to bring. And if you remember, we do not charge school fees. We just ask that students pay for about 4 quarterly celebrations. So this is the second of those. But if you can't do it, not a problem. Just request a scholarship by filling out that form, and then we'll know to budget for your child who needs a scholarship. And then, as always, kind of in the spirit of the Yeti way, if you're in a good place and you want to kick down a couple extra bucks or pay for another student who needs a scholarship, that's awesome too. Okay. So on Monday, October 23rd, we're heading to Glenwood Caverns Adventure Park. The 4 things we need to know from your child is, how are they getting there? Please know that if we're leaving from school and they're riding one of the school buses or traveling from school, we're going to leave at 8:15 sharp. If you're late, we'll do our best to hold it for you, but no guarantees. Okay, make sure you communicate early if you're going to be late. If you're meeting us there and providing your own transportation to Glenwood, that's fine. Please meet there around 9:45 in the morning. And then our return time, as we put in our communication, was we are hoping to get back at 4 to give students some time at Glenwood, but we will have transportation coming back by 3. But we need you to fill out the form and tell us you need to be back by 3. Okay, so we can plan for an early transportation thing to come back. All right. Bus to come back. All right. The lunch plan. Cut off my bottom of my slide. So sorry about that. What that really says down there is we have sack lunches from the cafeteria. We'll have a bunch of those, but students also are welcome to bring their own food. They'll let you bring in your own sack lunch, or the restaurants will be open. They have the Cliffside Lounge, and then they have a barbecue joint there as well. Okay. All right, so our Snowy Peaks annual online auction is coming up. This is our school's biggest fundraiser of the year, and we can use your help. So this amazing model here, this dashing model-esque figure, modeling one of the scarves that we sold last year, is just an example of one of the many awesome things that you could find in an online auction. We have been hard at work. Our students have been hard at work gathering items for our online auction. But if you have anything that you can donate, or if you have anything that you have a friend who owns a business that they would like to donate, we'll gladly accept them. And then also a Sign Up Genius link went out to you this week, asking people to pick up kind of smaller items that we can compile into gift baskets, which are big sellers for us. So if you can help with that, please sign up for those items. Check out that link. And yeah, so we are going to be starting that auction. I put those dates in there earlier, but it's in November and kind of carries through maybe early December. And yeah, great time for holiday shopping, and you get some smoking deals at the Snowy Peaks online auction. Tell all your friends, tell your family. Here we go. All right. I think that's all I have. As always, if anything's going on, please reach out to me. We're here for you. We're here for your children. We love feedback. We want to be the best school that we can be. So there's my contact information if you need to get a hold of me. We're going to have an amazing end of the quarter. We are going to have an amazing Monday celebrating our students, and then we're going to hit second quarter hard. We're going to make some great gains. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing place. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. Love and hope. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Have a good night.